Welcome. Today, we're diving into something really special, a sacred conversation. See, inside a Taiwanese temple, there's this incredible ritual that lets you ask the gods a direct question and actually get a direct answer back.
I mean, think about it for a second. Have you ever been at a crossroads just wishing you could get a clear sign? A definite yes or no from the universe to tell you which way to go. Well, in a Taiwanese temple, that's not just some hopeful wish. It's a real, structured, sacred ritual. It's an actual conversation with the gods, and today we're going to learn how to speak the language. So, where does a conversation like this even begin? Well, it all starts with the ritual of prayer. This is how you, the worshiper, are the one to kick things off and open that line of communication. At its heart, praying isn't just about asking for stuff. It's this really fundamental act of respect. It's how you introduce yourself and show reverence before you even think about asking for guidance. And it involves a series of very, very intentional steps. So the whole thing starts with preparation, and it's all about showing respect. First, you begin by washing your hands for purification. Then you prepare your offerings, like incense and joss money. That's a kind of spirit money you burn for the gods and your ancestors. You place those on the front altar. And then, before you even go inside, you bow in the courtyard to the god of heaven, who's considered the highest deity. Okay, now you're ready to enter the heart of the temple for the main event. In here, you kneel down for your direct conversation. You introduce yourself, your name, birthday, where you live, and you state your prayer to the main deity. After that, you pay respects to the other gods in the back hall, and then you complete the ritual by burning the joss money. Oh, and that dessert you offered, you actually take it home with you. It's now considered blessed and a source of protection. All right, so you've spoken to the gods, but this is a two-way conversation, right? How do they speak back? Well, this brings us to the really fascinating part, the process of divination, where you get the divine reply. And the main tool for getting that answer is the buey. It's a pair of crescent-shaped wooden blocks. This ancient method of divination is how you get a really clear, direct answer from the gods. So each of the two pieces has a distinct flat side, that's the yang, and a rounded side, the yin. And it's the combination of how these two sides land after you toss them that actually forms the god's response to your question. And this is how you decode that divine language. There are three basic outcomes. If you get one flat and one rounded side, that's a blessed sign, a clear yes. If both of the rounded sides face up, that's a covered sign, which means no. But what happens if both of the flat sides land up? That's where it gets really interesting. This is called a laughing sign, and it just perfectly shows how dynamic this whole ritual is. It doesn't mean no. It suggests the god might be amused, or maybe your question just wasn't clear enough. And the advice is simple. Just rephrase your question and ask again. It really truly feels like a conversation. Okay, but what if your situation is complicated? What if you need more than a simple yes or no? What if you need more detailed advice? Well, that's when you move on to seeking a fortune. This next step involves asking for a fortune slip. So from this container filled with numbered bamboo sticks, you draw just one. And each number corresponds to a specific poetic verse, a piece of detailed wisdom from the deity. So you've picked your stick. But in a process that's this sacred and this personal, how can you be absolutely 100% certain that this specific message is the one the god actually intended for you? Well, there's one final crucial step to confirm it. The number for confirmation is 3. You have to toss the buey and get a yes, that blessed sign, 3 consecutive times. Only then is the message from that fortune stick truly yours. It's an incredibly powerful way to ensure absolute certainty. And if you get those 3 positive signs in a row, that's it. Boom. Confirmation granted. The guidance on that fortune stick is yours. You can then go find the matching slip of paper with your detailed guidance. The conversation is complete. So, what are the big takeaways from all this? Well, we've learned that these rituals aren't just a bunch of rules, they're a conversation. It all starts with preparation to show respect, then it moves to the buey for those clear yes or no answers. And finally, it uses fortune slips for much deeper, more nuanced guidance. This whole process gives us this fascinating window into a living, breathing tradition of faith, and it really reminds us of that universal human desire for connection and for guidance. So I'll just leave you with this to think about. If you could ask for a clear sign on one thing in your life right now, what would it be? Thanks for joining me.